We're just going to document this training for the rest of the team. That way, if anybody else wants to jump on board, or if we have any new staff come on board, they understand the process and they understand how it works. So service to sales, I'll explain it in two ways. So the first way is understanding what's our role. Does that make sense? And then what your guys' role is. So our role, we use auto alert to call the customer in real time. So what I mean by that is, same way that guy, James, we just got him over here. We're timing it where we try to get them on the phone about 15 minutes after they check in. So that's our goal, right? Boom, we get them on the phone. We get that connection successful. That's perfect. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to have, it's called like a CSI interaction. Okay. So CSI, that stands for Customer Satisfaction Index. It's just like a fancy term. That's like the survey that the customer gets when they leave. So it's like, how was your experience?
Gotcha. So like the service.
Yes. Okay. So obviously we play a role in that because we're talking to every single customer that brings their vehicle in.
Right.
So what we always do is we try to keep it more personal in the beginning of the conversation. Hey, Franz, I saw you checked in your Nissan Titan into my service department today. Hey, just want to check in with you. How's my team treating you? Everything going okay? So there's more of like a personal touch there, right? We're checking in with them. As we do that, chances are what happens is it starts to lower the customer's guard.
Right.
That's where we come in and we pitch them, right? So what's our pitch? In a nutshell, our pitch is, if I had to sum it up into one sentence, it's this. Can we buy your vehicle if the offer is strong enough? Okay. So imagine you're fishing, right?
Right.
That's the hook to see who bites. Can we buy your car if the offer is strong enough? Now, you might get a little nibble and they might say, well, you know, I might be open to it. You know, it just depends on what my payment's going to be. 99% of the time, that's probably the most common concern they're going to get is like, oh, well, is my payments going to go up? Obviously, it's more expensive to buy a newer car. Cool. At that point, all we're going to do is tell them, hey, the next step for us is to do what's called an equity evaluation. So it's just a fancy name for appraisal. But the way you say it, it kind of gives them the idea that, okay, I might have equity in my car.
Right.
Now, obviously, if they have equity in their car, what we do is we'll tell them, hey, if you have equity in your car, that might be money that you could use towards a newer one. So we tell them, hey, the next step is to do an equity evaluation. And then our goal is going to be to get them over to you guys, right? Now, here's where you guys come in. So you understand our goal, what we're doing. We're spiking the interest, trying to get the customer open to the idea of the exchange. Now, one thing I left out was, how do we get them open to looking at another vehicle, right? Because we might ask them, hey, can we buy your car? And they might say, yeah, everything's for sale, right? But then how do we kind of switch it in their mindset where now they want to talk about an upgrade? So we use this terminology, we call it the replacement vehicle. So we're using a hypothetical question. It's more of like a subconscious question, right? Okay. So a conscious question would be, I ask you, hey, are you interested in trading? I'm asking you a really logical, conscious question. You're going to answer it with your logical mind. You're going to be like, well, no, I haven't really thought about it. But if I ask a subconscious question, that's going to sound something more like this. Hey, Franz, let's say everything makes perfect sense with our offer. I'm just curious. What do you think you might want as a replacement vehicle? Do you think you'd want something similar to what you're driving? Or would you maybe want something different?
Gotcha.
So not only did I ask a subconscious question, but I ended with two options and I ended with a question. So I'm kind of like forcing them to answer, right?
Instead of them giving them a question where it's like yes or no, you're giving them an open-ended question where they get to talk about it.
Yeah, it's the so first way you can do it is, hey, listen, by the way, I know you're a service customer. I know it has to make sense. We're going to do the equity evaluation. We're going to show you how much your car is worth. But let's say the numbers make perfect sense. What would you want? Something similar or different? Oh, I'd want something different. So it's really like a 2-option close to force them to make a decision. It's like if I say like, hey, what do you want for lunch? That's an open-ended question. It might take you longer to think about that because the options are limitless. But if I say, hey, do you want Chick-fil-A or Chipotle for lunch?
Choose one.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what we do to kind of get them open to the idea of it, right? So it's kind of the same principle once you guys get involved. Once you guys get involved, the goal is just, how do we meet them with the same enthusiasm? So remember, we're calling them, we're obviously sounding like we are interested in their car. So we want you guys to kind of have that same same demand, if that makes sense. So at the end of the day, the goal is going to be, hey, why do we need to buy your car? Well, right now, there's a specific demand for specific vehicles in our used inventory. Believe it or not, yours is actually one of them. So what does that mean? That means my job is to do one of two things today. Number one, I want to make you a very aggressive offer to potentially buy your vehicle back from you. Or honestly, we have this thing called trade assistance where you can get $2,000 extra on top if there's any chance you're open to trading it.
Right.
So same thing. Now we're going to end on a question. Hey, let's say everything makes perfect sense. Would you be more open to selling or trading? So again, you're kind of closing it off with two options. Now, we want them to obviously pick the trade option, right?
Yeah.
But if they pick the appraisal option, that's actually a moment for us to overcome the most common objection before we even start working the deal.
Gotcha.
Because here's what's going to happen. We're going to call them, even if they say they're interested, they might get a little nervous once they actually get over here. And they might be like, oh, well, I'm not ready today. Let me just see how much my car is worth. So if that happens, here's the best way to handle that. First, obviously acknowledge, right? Hey, I totally understand. By all means, we can do that. We can show you how much your car is worth. However, Mr. Customer, keep in mind, at the end of the day, my job is actually to do whatever it takes to buy your vehicle back from you today. Now, in my experience, and I've been doing this a really long time, the best chances we'll even have of doing that are going to be if we can actually get you a great deal on a newer vehicle. So that way, it's not just a win for us, it's a win for you as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's do the appraisal. But while we're doing that, come with me, let's take a walk and let's see what you might be able to get into that could benefit you. Does that sound good? See how you're like ending on a question right there? So now you're getting a commitment from the customer. So that's going to be the most common objection you're going to get. I printed that early manager intro out for you guys. So we might just have to like get a copy of this. But so what's the perfect early manager intro? The perfect early manager intro is number one, just thank them. So just think about that CSI mentality. Hey, we want to make sure that we don't shove this down their throat. Obviously, we're going to do everything that we can to try to close them, but we also want them to feel like, hey, at the end of the day, you're one of our service customers. If you decide to not purchase with us today, we appreciate you doing business with us anyway. Because that same customer that may not end up buying a vehicle today might have something else happen with their car 2-3 weeks from now, 1 month from now. Now they remember your face. They remember how you treated them. You know, people aren't always going to remember you, but they will remember how you made them feel. So obviously, number one, we want to thank them. Second thing we want to do is re-engage. So what is re-engage? That's where you set the tone for the deal. And I say this, take authority for it. So for you, it's going to be, hey, we're making the calls for you, but we're calling on behalf of you. Does that make sense? So it's like, we're your team.
Yeah.
So you don't want to refer to us as like, oh, that's just a third-party call center. No, hey, that's my team. Hey, my name is Franz. I'm one of our VIP reps over here, or VIP manager, you can say, right? Hey, that was my team that called you. I'm so glad they connected with you. Hey, I don't know how much they told you, but let me tell you exactly what's going on. You see that? So I'm taking authority for it. Now I get to paint the picture. Hey, that was my team. Hey, I don't know how much they told you, but listen, here's what's really going on. There's some specific vehicles we need. It appears yours is one of them. So what that means is my goal is to do one of two things today. Option A, we make you a really aggressive offer to possibly buy that vehicle back from you. Or option B, honestly, we can get you a heck of a lot more if there's any chance you're open to trading it. Hey, if the numbers made perfect sense, which one might you be more open to? Right? Now they pick trade offer. Okay, great. Your next goal is just to land them on a vehicle. So landing them on a vehicle is pretty easy. You can do it with the same word track that I just used earlier, which is, all right, awesome. So we're going to go ahead. We'll start the appraisal. Hey, come with me. By the way, I know you're in service. We're going to make this quick, fast, and easy for you. But listen, let's say everything makes perfect sense. What do you think you might want as a replacement? Would you want something similar or different? Oh no, I'd want something different. Okay, well you have a Sentra right now, so do you like the size, or you thinking you want something smaller, or maybe something a little bigger? Oh no, I was thinking this time I'd want something a little bigger. Okay, cool. Obviously, if they say they want something similar, you're just gonna basically try to land them on the same car, but you want to maybe get into features. Like, okay, that's cool. We'll look at some similar options, but let me ask you this: is there anything that you might want on a replacement vehicle that you don't have in yours? Oh, actually, you know what? I really would love a sunroof this time. Or hey, this time I'd really like, whatever the case is, the power seats. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the basics of it, man. I do have the script here for you. So this is, again, thanking them, re-engaging them. Obviously, if they pick option A, you don't want to fold right there. You want to try to pitch them again. Oh, I just want to see what my car is worth. If you fold right there, now you're going to be stuck spending your time with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you might have to have a manager come in and like TO to get them open to the trade. So I'd rather just tackle that up front. And I would just rather tell them, hey, listen, I've been doing this a long time. If I give you an offer for your car, even if the offer is great, it's not going to be enough to cause you to sell your car today. And then even if you do sell your car, what are you going to do? Walk home? So listen, trust me, I've been doing this a long time. The best chances we're going to have of buying your car back are going to be if we can get you a great deal on a newer one. So hey, is that fair? Why don't we at least walk the lot and see what options might benefit you? Now, if I say that, what options might benefit you, that's a really good way to make the customer start thinking about what they might want without you saying what they want. So like for you, like what would benefit you in a newer car?
Better features.
Better features.
More technology.
More technology.
More power.
More power. So that could be different for like someone, well, honestly, for me, it's the same thing. If I wanted a newer car, I'm thinking, how much horsepower does it have?
Yeah.
Does it have any?
How fast is it going?
Yeah. How does it have any turbo lag? You know what I mean? I have a third kid on the way. So for me, I'm probably going to be looking at one of these things and trying to figure out how much row is in the third row or how much space is in the third row by the time I put my newborn in the front. You know what I mean? But other people might think, okay, what might benefit me is, you know, I'm an empty nester now and my kids moved out and now I just need something that's more fuel efficient. Or, you know, hey, I was doing this sales job where I was putting 200,000 miles on the car. I just need something that's reliable, that's gonna, you know what I mean? So when you say it that way, hey, why don't we take a look and see what you might be able to get into that could benefit you? It's great. It leaves a lot of room for like possibilities. Now, let's say the customer starts to express a little bit of like timidness, or maybe you notice once you start working the deal that they're doubting it. So what I try to do right there is I try to reframe it. So what I mean by that is I'll ask them, I'll be like, hey, Franz, do you know why we need to buy your car today? And it'll make them think. They'll probably pause. They'll be like, I mean, sort of. You guys said you were trying to restock inventory. Yeah, but do you know why? No, tell me why. Well, listen, you're driving a 2019. Right now, we don't have a ton of 2019s in our inventory. When that happens, we miss a major segment of the market. So that's actually why my general manager asked us to call you today, because there's a specific interest in buying your vehicle back. So the desire is there. Let's just go through and see what we can do. And then in the end, it's up to you. Does that sound good? And then you'll get a commitment from them. So another way you can do it is you can just tell them, hey, listen, last month, for the month of, what's the month right now? May? So, hey, listen, in April, we sold a ton of pre-owned vehicles. So at this rate, we're running out of inventory in our pre-owned lot. I'd way rather buy a locally owned vehicle that's maintained well from our service department, where we see all the notes and we see everything that's going on, rather than, you know, taking a trip to the auction and spending, you know, $2,000 just to blindly not really know what I'm getting. So I think at the end of the day, the main thing that we want to do is just have a really good first touch. Because I'll tell you what normally happens when people don't know how to talk to a service customer in that first touch. It usually sounds something like this. Oh yeah, that was our call center that called you. Okay, yeah, you're interested in trading? So it's like, where did I go wrong there? It's like, number one, I didn't even thank them for the opportunity. You know what I mean? So that's a little bit of the training. Hopefully we got some footage that the team can keep